Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special and exclusive live show we have today. You can tell we got a pretty cool setting to talk about, and we have some pretty cool prizes to give away. Of course, I'm joined by Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Gina. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited for this.
I am too. Looks like it's a lot warmer where our guest is than it is where we are. Gina and I are in North Texas where it's rainy and cold and basically wintry. But it looks like we might have a connection with someone who's in a much nicer place. Gina, is that right?
Yes. Okay. We teased this last week, but we are actually live from Seabase today. Well, we're not, but we're live.
Unfortunately.
Today, I guess you could say. Thank you so much for joining us. How's it feel out there?
Well, it's great. I think we have inclement weather all across the country. We definitely do in the Florida Keys. You can't really tell, but I'm wearing my cold weather gear, socks, and shoes. Today is not necessarily a flip-flop day, so we're making sure that we cover up and that also our staff are sun aware, making sure that they're wearing plenty of sunscreen. So thank you for asking. Appreciate it.
Tim's pulling our leg, I think. It looks just perfectly seasonable. And of course, guys, we are live today to talk about high adventure-based registration, specifically Seabase registration. We're about to get to your top question, which is, hey, is there any space left at Seabase for 2025? I think we have good news on that front, but we'll be talking about that in just a second. Also want to let y'all know, if you comment along with today's show, there are some really good outcomes that could happen for you. One, in about 8 minutes, we're going to be giving away a pretty cool gear package. This prize package is courtesy of Alps Mountaineering. It's a Crater Lake Outfitter sleeping bag. I don't think you're going to need to go to that plus 20 degrees sleeping bag rating for Seabase, but we'll get into that. And then there's a Taurus 4-person outfitter tent and the footprint that goes along with that. We're giving that away in 10 minutes. And then something super duper exciting at the end of today's show, we're giving away 2 family adventure camp packages for your family. They're 2-night stays, pretty cool. I've got to say, family adventure camp at Seabase really fills up. So you will be so lucky to win a spot there today.
Yeah,
cool.
Gina, this might be one of the most jam-packed bang for your buck giveaways we've ever done. We've only got about 15 minutes or so here with Seabase. We're giving away 2 pieces of gear, 2 family adventure camp excursions. If you can get yourself down there, Tim, I want to make sure I get that right. If they can get themselves there, you guys will cover the cost of the accommodations. Is that right?
That is correct. So each individual that wins a spot today will get a oceanside tent with a view of the Florida National Marine Sanctuary.
I got to tell you, one time I tried to stay at Family Adventure Camp on my way out to Key West. It was booked up. I couldn't get in. I mean, I'm telling you guys, get a spot if you can. But on that topic, we're really talking about high adventure-based treks today and the treks that your unit can take advantage of at Seabase. I'm curious what those look like, and I'm really curious, are there any still available?
Thankfully, there are. Typically, we serve about 1,645 units at Seabase. We currently have about 1,000 people registered. So we have about 645 open and available quality dates. So that would be our winter program, of course, and you can look around us and see what our winters look like. And then we have our spring break programs that run February through the end of April, and then we have our summer programs that are May through August. So we have lots of available trips in the Bahamas and the U.S. Virgin Islands and the Florida Keys. So if you want to come to Paradise, we have an opportunity for you. So you can come down, learn how to scuba dive with our scuba program. You can be part of our Scuba Advanced Marine Exploration program, which is one of our coral restoration programs. Then we have the Island Expedition that has plenty of open availability, which is just like our Keys Adventure program, just in Isla Morada. And then we have lots of great sailing programs still available.
Aaron, since the day I was hired at the BSA, somebody explained to me Seabase, and I was like, how do I get myself out there? There's a trek where I can see a beach, like sit by the water.
Yeah, when I was first hired at the BSA, there were a couple of folks on our staff who reserved every Seabase trip every year for us. None of us, the rest of us, were allowed to go because they owned that. Now, thankfully, they've retired and they've opened it up now to the rest of us. Want to remind everybody, we're talking about registration for the 2025 season. It is open right now. There's the link. You just heard it from the man himself. They do have spots available. Trust us. Florida Seabase is amazing. If you can't tell,
look at it.
Him right now. Exactly. There's a reason that Gina and I are inside with our long sleeves on. Tim is not so much. Folks who have commented, Hillary commented on our YouTube channel, Justin and Kristen, Despo, a bunch of other folks commented on Facebook. All of you had now entered to win one of our multiple prizes that we have to give away today, Gina.
Yeah, we're giving what you're seeing on screen thanks to Alps Mountaineering away in just about 4 minutes. And then at the end of today's show, we are giving away two-night family adventure camp stays. That's for an entire family. You can get yourself to Seabase. And that's very exciting. Hopefully you've checked out some of our family adventure camp highlights, and we'll be talking more about those in the spring as well. Matt's got a really good question I would like to pose. What is the age and rank requirement to attend Seabase?
So there is no rank requirement to attend Seabase. However, the age requirement for most of our programs is 12. So if you are a Weeblo leader watching this right now and you say, what am I going to be doing in 2 years? The answer should be Seabase. We have an opportunity for you. If you are a 13-year-old scout and you're watching this and thinking, should I be going to Seabase? The answer is yes. Now you just have to decide, is it going to be in the Bahamas? Is it going to be in the U.S. Virgin Islands, or is it going to be in the Florida Keys?
Yeah, and I want to get into that a little bit, those different locations, if I could, real quick, Tim. But to be clear, so there's a minimum age there. Like you said, Cub Scouts, if you're watching, if you're a Cub Scout family, this is something for you to look forward to in the next few years. Scouts on up to age 17 can go. Can you tell us, though, Venturers, Sea Scouts, it's open to kids like that? And what about Scouts BSA members who have just aged out? We have Lauren's asking about ages 18 to 21. Do you have opportunities for people in that range?
We do, absolutely. So provided you're registered member of the Boy Scouts of America, you can attend Seabase. So again, you have to be at least 12 years old for our adventure programs, and then 13 years old for all of our scuba programs and some of the more physically demanding programs like the Out Island Adventure. You have to be 13 years of age. But for the vast majority of our 19 programs, you only need to be 12. And then you can register and come up as a youth participant up until your 21st birthday. So for all of those individuals that are involved in exploring, all of them that are involved in Sea Scouts or venturing, Seabase is the place for you. Not everyone knows this, but Seabase was founded in 1980 as the first co-ed national high adventure base. So it is not new for co-ed crews or young women to come down to Seabase. And one of the things that is a plus about the Seabase adventure is we're used to it. It's part of our culture, so it's not brand new. So if you are over the age of 12, or you're a Weeblo that is going to be turning 12 in the next 2 years, we've got a spot for you. If you're older, we've got a spot for you. If you're a young woman and you're deciding, where should I go to, and which national high adventure base should I choose, or where should we be spending adventure, Seabase is a perfect location for you.
So cool. Okay, we're like a minute away from giving our prize away. I know we are just scratching the surface today. I feel like I've said that a few times, but definitely Google the coral restoration projects happening at Seabase. It's historical, it's monumental, it's a really big deal what's happening out there, and it's very awesome that your scouts can potentially be a part of that if you can make a trek out there. I'm going to be drawing a winner right now for our Alps Mountaineering package. And while I am, I've got a question for Tim. Is that your actual desk? Is that where you work every day?
Admittedly, it is not my actual desk. However, this is my office. I have the opportunity to work here in Isla Morada, and then of course on Scout Key, where our family adventure camp is, and the Britain Environmental Center, where our coral nursery is on Summerlin Key.
That's very, very cool. As Gina prepares to announce our next winner, Tim, I'm just going to give you a little heads up. Be prepared for my next question. You've mentioned 3 different locations. I would love to get into that a little bit about the differences between the locations. Are you at Isla Mirada right now?
I am in Isla Mirada right now, yes.
Tim's at Isla Mirada. There are a couple of other locations, at least one of which there might not be any physical structure there at all. It's just a place where you can go camping. Tim's going to tell us about that in just a second. Gina, though, are you ready to announce our first winner? This is the first of, we've got 3 more winners to announce after this, but Gina, do you have our first winner?
I do. Okay. This winner is taking what we're calling the Outfitter Bundle home. It's a 4-person Outfitter tent and footprint. That is worth $300. And a Crater Lake Outfitter plus 20-degree sleeping bag, which is worth $120. So that's a pretty great value.
Wow.
And this is going to go to Justin Rossi. Justin, thanks for tuning in. Keep your eyes on your inbox after the show. I'll message you, get your address, and we'll get this shipped your way. Man, thanks, Alps Mountaineering, for doing this for us. Everyone's been really excited that they were the sponsor for these shows, just because I think a lot of scouts are familiar with their gear, and we really appreciate this. And as Aaron said, we have 2 more prizes to give away at the end of today's show. You can comment for a chance to win. We're giving away 2 stays at Family Adventure Camp. Seabase is always very generous with us about sharing these prizes and letting, folks sample Family Adventure Camp, which I think says a lot for how great of an experience it is, how much it's filled up. It's a pretty successful program for them, I think. Okay, Aaron, I know you guys were in the middle of a conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah. Congratulations to Justin. I've got a lot of folks commenting, congratulating him. All of you folks who are congratulating Justin, very scoutly of you. You're also now entered to win. All you have to do is comment to win our next prize. But Tim, we got a few folks asking about the different locations. We've mentioned you are at Isla Mirada, which, if my memory serves me, is kind of right in the middle of, where are you right now? And how does it compare to other parts of Seabase?
So Isla Mirada is in the Central Keys. It is our headquarters for our administration offices, but most importantly for our sailing programs and all of our scuba programs. So if you're doing a sailing adventure in the Florida Keys, it is from our Isla Mirada location. If you're doing a scuba program from the Florida Keys, it's from our Isla Mirada program. Just south of here, about 35 miles, is Scout Key. Scout Key is where our Family Adventure Camp is. It's at Camp Jackson Sawyer. And just south of that is the Bridden Environmental Center, which has our fishing program, our Keys Adventure program, and our coral restoration program and our coral nursery, one of the most exciting good turns that the Boy Scouts of America is involved in. So we have 15,000 endangered and threatened coral on site that scouts have the opportunity to take care of, and they can be part of the restoration project of the Florida Barrier Reef. So that's exciting. And then we also have the Bahamas, which is a sailing program. You fly directly into the Bahamas, you get aboard a boat, and you sail from island to island and reef to reef, having a lot of fun with your friends along the way. And then, of course, we have the USVI program out of St. Thomas. And again, you fly directly into St. Thomas, board a sailboat, circumnavigate St. John, stopping at different areas to hike. In my opinion, and I've hiked a lot of places, the USVI National Park is an amazing place to go hiking. So you have an opportunity to hike in that program. You have an opportunity to snorkel in that program, to fish and circumnavigate the USVI National Park. So all of those adventures, all of those locations are absolutely amazing. I won't tell you which one my favorite is because I need to keep that a secret. But there really is no bad option in terms of location at Seabase. They're all paradise.
Honestly, that's what it sounds like from everyone who comes back. If you saw something pop up on the screen that said like balloons, magic, and more or something, I was trying to delete a spam comment and put it up. Do not think that is exactly what Seabase offers. Although it's a magically wonderful experience. I think there's, people can attest to that. I love this comment from Will. When we were at Philmont on a trek this past summer, the scouts decided they wanted to go to Seabase. They've got their reservation for 2025.
Will,
yeah, tell us what trek are you guys going on? And to that point, Tim, how do people pick a trek? How do you register? What are you looking at when you register?
So at this point, you just want to go onto our website, www.bsaseabase.org, click the 2025 tab, and that'll take you to our reservation site. We have lots of availability. You're just going to look down and decide which adventure you want to take. Most of our crew sizes are going to be 6 to 8 individuals. So if you have 4 to 6 scouts that want to go to Seabase and you have 2 adult leaders that want to take them, guess what? You have enough people to go on a Seabase adventure. If you have 24 people that want to go to Seabase at the same time, you can book 2 of that same adventure on that same day. So if you decide, hey, we really want to do the island expedition because we want a little bit of everything that happens in the Florida Keys, you can make 2 reservations on the same day and come as a larger troop. So whether you're looking at 6 to 8 individuals or you want to bring 24 individuals, we have a spot for you.
Will says they got the Coral Reef sailing adventure. So cool. A lot of folks, I think, last week when we were live with some of the other high adventure bases, were talking about the sailing adventure when we were talking about other high adventure bases. So that just tells you how impactful it is. Jennifer says her son will be with Troop 13 shortly in February, so I'll find out if they are doing Seabase. Jennifer, if they're not, you can suggest it. That's kind of how these ideas start. You get enough scouts who are like, yeah, we want to go. And you just make it happen. And we need to talk about fundraising too. Most of the families who go on and do these treks, most of these units have some component of fundraising involved. They don't just have this money in their back pocket to go. I think it was the scout that I saw selling popcorn who had just earned quite a bit of money to go to Seabase. He'd earned more than he needed just selling popcorn. So just know that that's kind of part of the experience. Aaron, you've been to Seabase, right?
It's been a few years, Gina, but I have been to Seabase, and that's actually a great segue for my next question for Tim. I think that maybe one of the coolest things, my personal impression of Seabase is, although as you can see, it is paradise. It is a beautiful, gorgeous place. That doesn't mean that scouts aren't learning something, right, Tim? They are learning a lot of the leadership skills, the decision-making, just like they do at Philmont, Northern Tier, the Summit. When they go sailing, you know, they're not just sitting back with their hands crossed and enjoying it. And then there might be some of that, but they're also learning the ropes, literally. Is that right, Tim?
That's exactly right. What we tell all of our crews as they register is this is a working adventure. You're going to be part of the crew aboard the boat. You're going to be responsible for every aspect of what's going on other than safety. We have a U.S. Coast Guard licensed captain aboard every vessel per law to make sure that people are safe. But we're going to ask you to raise the sails. We're going to ask you to drop the anchor, to hoist the anchor, and really to take part in every piece of the adventure. So we want to make sure that at the end of the day, you get as much out of your adventure as you can, and actively participate. And quite frankly, I believe that's the reason why so many crews come back to Seabase. Our retention rate for crews is about 90%. So we don't get a ton of new crews that haven't been here before, but if you are a new crew, come on down. We'll show you a great adventure and we'll teach you an awful lot.
Kristen asks a question, how many staff join each crew on their adventure? And I have a question to tag on. Do you guys hire, staff? I think we've talked about that before, so it's kind of I'm just pretending I don't know the answer to that, but I'm curious, Tim, if you can expound on how that staffing works.
Yeah, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio at minimum for all of our programs. If you're going to be going aboard a sailboat, we actually charter a vessel, and the captain goes through our training. So a captain will be with you aboard the vessel for the entirety of your adventure. With our other programs, much like Out Island, we have an Out Island mate that basically will be with you from the time that you arrive until the time that you depart. So you will always be supported. We understand that the ocean environment is much different than a land-based environment, and we understand that most of our troops are coming from landlocked areas, and they're not getting a underwater experience all that often. So we want to make sure that we have staff with them at all times. And if you're sitting at home and you're thinking, man, it's cold outside and I really want to be in the Florida Keys, you can go to our website and apply for a job today. We're always hiring high quality individuals that want to live adventure along with the units and explore the Florida National Marine Sanctuary and the Florida Keys.
We got a lot of folks asking questions in the comments. We've got just a couple more minutes with Tim. Gina is in the process, I think, of choosing our next winner. As she does that, maybe Gina, if you're okay with it real quick, I'll just try to get through some of these questions real quick. Tim, what is the time frame like for your expeditions at Seabase in terms of the shortest one and the longest one?
So most of our programs range basically in the 1 week time period. So either 5 nights, 6 days, 6 nights, 7 days, or 7 nights, 8 days. So when you're looking for an adventure that fits into a 1 week work schedule as an adult, Seabase is a great place to come because you can take 1 week off of work during the summertime, including travel, and have a complete adventure and be ready to go back to work the next week.
Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Gina, I know you have a prize to give away, but just really quick, Tim, what about like scouts who maybe the rest of their troop or crew is not going and they would still like to go themselves? Are there options for individuals to attend?
So great question. We have a program we call Scout Connections on our website. You can log on to our website and we have lots of crews that are looking to fill out 1 or 2 slots in their adventure. So you can go on to Scout Connections, look for an adventure that you're interested in on a date that you're interested in, connect with that unit and join in their adventure. So that is the best way for an individual to get to Seabase if they don't have a crew that wants to go. And we place about 400 scouts a year through the Scout Connections program.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Gina, if I could just get one more question in real quick. What about options for a linked troop? If you have a Scouts BSA girls troop and a Scouts BSA boys troop that shares some leadership, can they attend Seabase together?
So we do have programs that are very easily provided for linked troops. And then we also have had co-ed high adventure programs since 1980. So this is not a new thing for Seabase. Just communicate with us and we'll find a way to complete your adventure.
Lots of options, guys. And again, registration is open now for the 2025 season. Gina, for all of you who've been watching, who've been commenting along, you've all been entered for a chance to win. Gina, how's the comment picker looking?
Good. I've got our winners. You guys commented for a chance to win. If you don't hear your name here, stay tuned because we're actually going to issue a chance to win 2 more chances at a family.
Yes, everybody, don't stop watching after Gina announces these winners here because there's going to be more.
And to keep you on the edge of your seat, we're going to put the URL up for how you register for Seabase and the other high adventure bases. Kelly Andy Schultz Landman, I'm sure that's your name, says, our son has done all the adventures with no out-of-pocket cash from us, only by selling popcorn and pancake breakfast tickets for our troop. I think that can be true for a lot of y'all. So I love to hear that story. Yeah.
It's absolutely possible. Yep.
Okay, are y'all ready to hear our winners, our first 2 winners of Family Adventure Camp stays?
Let's do it, Gina.
Okay, first up, we have Kristen Cottage Cochler. Kristen Cottage Cochler. How exciting!
Congratulations, Kristen.
It's a huge prize.
All you have to do is get yourself to Isla Morada, Tim, or yes.
So they will contact us and then they're going to be going to Scout Key in the central Florida Keys and spending a night next to the ocean or spending their time next to an ocean and oceanfront tent.
I mean,
awesome.
We can't undersell what a big deal this is. If you've seen the pictures of these tents, they're unbelievable. It is not cheap to stay out there. So just in the area in general. So the fact that you are getting like just really the what is the word? The accommodations of a lifetime. So this is a huge prize. Big congrats to you, Kristen. We've got a second winner, Leo Pern or Pyrn. Leo, keep your ass in your inbox. I'll be messaging y'all. We'll send you these certificates and they have the information on how to secure your stay. And y'all, for the next 24 hours, I'm going to start my 24-hour clock right now. So tomorrow at 4:24 p.m. Central, I'm exact. 4:24 is when we will close the floodgates. Comment. Tell us when you want to go to Seabase, why you want to go to Seabase. You know, maybe if you've been to Seabase, tell us about your experience. Tag someone in the comments who you think might like to go to Seabase. And you are entering for a chance to win one of 2 more 2-night stays to Family Adventure Camp. And we will be checking the comments on Facebook. We are going to be tabulating comments on our Facebook pages. That's the Scouting Magazine Facebook page, Scout Life Facebook page, Boy Scouts of America Facebook page, and Cub Scouts Facebook page for our next 24 hours. So that's where you want to comment.
Yeah, so as a reminder, this video does not go away when we stop talking here in just a second. It will stay and the comments will remain open. What Gina's talking about is we've already awarded 2 prizes. We're going to award 2 more over the next 24 hours. All you got to do is comment again. You've got, as Gina said, plenty of options. We'd love it if you tag a friend, let them know about this. They can always go back and watch. Then they can comment. Then they're entered to win. Tim, one of our winners asked if they can tag on the family camp adventure to their already planned family vacation. The answer to that is correct. I think at Family Adventure Camp, you can stay in the Florida Keys, but you don't have to stay at the Florida Keys the whole time. You can sort of use that as like your hotel, right?
So that is correct. Just have them contact us. We do a pre and post day. We don't do a family adventure camp during our summer season, but we do a pre and post day. Contact us. And for any other troop that's listening tonight, if you're coming to the Florida Seabase, a great add-on during the summer season is coming down early or staying a little bit late and having an opportunity to tour the Florida Keys and see all of the sites by staying in air-conditioned tents at our family adventure campsite through pre and post day.
I think you had a lot of people, I think, at air-conditioned tents. That's amazing.
They're called deluxe tents. I mean, the family adventure camp stays that we're giving away are in deluxe tents. They are absolutely deluxe. I mean, I would stay there with no reservations. If you're a longtime viewer, you know how much that means.
Yes, 100%. And as a reminder, everybody, registration opens today for Florida Seabase 2025 High Adventure Treks. And by the way, you can still register for our other high adventure bases as well while supplies last, right? While space remains. Get on that website, check it out. All the information you need to know is there. Folks are asking a lot of good questions in the comments, and most of those questions are answered at this link right here on the websites of the individual bases. Whew. It's a lot of good stuff here, Gina. Tim, is there anything else that we're leaving out that we need to let the folks know about?
I think the main thing is go to the summit, go to Northern Tier, go to Philmont, come to Seabase. Each one of the National High Adventure bases is your base. Be excited. Let's pursue adventure, and let's pursue adventure together. So look forward to serving you at Seabase, either in the Bahamas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, or the Florida Keys. Thank you for tuning in today.
Yeah, Tim, just let us know when you want Gina and I to be there. We'll be there. No big deal. Gina, excellent job today. And again, 24 hours from now, right? Actually, more like 23 hours and 55 minutes from now, you can continue to comment for a chance to win 2 more prizes. Great job, everybody. Thank you all for watching at home. We appreciate it. Happy High Adventure Day registration. We will see you all next time. Thanks, Tim. Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much.